We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Job numbers down, Apple and Amazon report earnings, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lupkin, and here's the news you need to know. Former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty Thursday to federal charges that he plotted to stay in power by overturning his 2020 election loss to President Biden. Special counsel Jack Smith accuses Trump of conspiring to block Congress from certifying the result and urging supporters to go to the Capitol on January 6, 2021 to delay the process. Trump, now the frontrunner for the 2024 GOP presidential nomination, claimed on social media that the case was simply election interference intended to thwart his campaign. He entered his plea in person in a federal courtroom blocks away from the scene of the January 6th riot. His campaign issued the latest in a series of attacks on Smith, calling him Biden's political pawn. 2 U.S. Navy sailors have been charged with giving national security secrets to China, U.S. officials announced Thursday. Petty Officer Wen Hangzhou is accused of taking a $15,000 bribe in exchange for photos and videos of plans for U.S. military exercises in the Indo-Pacific region. The 26-year-old also allegedly gave his Chinese handler other sensitive material, including blueprints for a radar system on a U.S. base in Japan. U.S. Navy sailor Jin Chao Wei allegedly conspired to accept thousands of dollars for giving China national defense information. Sensitive military info ended up in the hands of the People's Republic of China because of what they did, Assistant Attorney General Matt Olson told reporters in San Diego. Apple reported Thursday that its revenue fell for the third straight quarter, the tech giant's longest sales slide since 2016. Apple reported iPhone revenue that fell short of analysts' expectations. The company's smartphone line is a key profit engine, but net income was up 2.3% on an annual basis at $19.9 billion, thanks to record revenue of $21 billion from its services unit, driven by paid music and TV streaming, as well as purchases in Apple's App Store. Subscriptions jumped 150 million to more than a billion. People spending on services shows that economic activity is good, Apple Chief Financial Officer Luca Maestri told the Wall Street Journal in an interview. Amazon reported Thursday that its sales jumped 11% in the second quarter, fueling a big increase in profit compared to a year ago. Sales reached $134.4 billion, up from $121.2 billion a year earlier and surpassing the $131.4 billion that analysts had expected. The news sent the online retail giant stock rising nearly 10% in after-hours trading. Amazon shares had already gained 52% this year, making it one of the tech giants fueling this year's rally. Analysts said Amazon's 4% rise in online sales and better than expected income from cloud computing, a reliable cash cow, were good signs for the second half of 2023. Gas prices have jumped nearly 30 cents to a nationwide average of $3.82 per gallon in the past month, after holding steady for nearly 6 months, according to AAA. Voluntary production cuts by OPEC Plus nations have contributed to the increase, along with extreme heat that has triggered outages at 4 refineries in Texas and Louisiana in recent weeks, according to Patrick DeHaan, GasBuddy's head of petroleum analysis. A spokesperson for the trade group American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers blamed weather and extended periods of high utilization for the refinery outages. High demand also has been a factor. The busy summer driving season is usually the time of year when demand peaks, pushing prices up. The U.S. economy added fewer than expected new jobs last month, with downward revisions for gains estimated in May and June, suggesting hiring in the world's biggest economy is cooling sharply into the autumn months. The Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics said 187,000 new jobs were created last month, firmly shy of the Wall Street consensus forecast of a 200,000 job gain, and the weakest monthly increase since December of 2020. The unemployment rate dipped slightly to 3.5%. Wages rose 0.4%. However, with inflation around 4%, real wages are still down. May jobs numbers were reversed down by 25,000 from 306,000 to 281,000. And the change for June was revised down by 24,000 from 209,000 jobs to 185,000 jobs. With these revisions, employment in May and June combined is 49,000 jobs lower than previously reported. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.